do you do in your free time?
I have 4 horses to look after, so I spend most of my time looking after them and riding them and things.
Do you go out during the week?
I do occasionally to my friend's house and things like that.
Do you belong to any sports or other club?
I go to shows with my horses, but I'm not part of a club.
Do you think the Magnet Leisure Centre is any good?
I think it's good. I don't go there a lot, but the swimming pools are nice and the gym's always handy.
Do you use the Maidenhead Library?
Yes, I do. If I need school books and stuff, I pop down to the Maidenhead Library because it's handy.
Do you think there is a link between teenage crime and teenagers not being involved in teenage activities?
To a degree, some teenagers, if they're not doing clubs, they might be on the streets doing things they shouldn't be doing, but I wouldn't necessarily link all crime to teenagers who don't do clubs or activities.
Many parents cannot afford subscription fees to sports clubs or gyms. What do you think can be done about this?
I think that fees should be lowered for the people who can't afford it. So, yeah.
Do you think teenagers and parents are informed well enough about activities on offer for teenagers?
I don't think so, no, because the leaflets that are given out at school aren't often taken home to parents. They just leave them in their school bags and then they get put in the bin. So,
how would you make Maidenhead a better place for teenagers to live in?
I would offer more things to do, like the skate park. There could be things going on there, like there was a filmed in the park or something before, that was good fun. Also, I would offer lower rates in the summer holidays to cinemas and swimming pools and things like that.
Thank you. This is Max reporting for the Clare's Court BBC School Report. What do you do in your free time?
In my free time I have a part-time job, so I work, but I also like go swimming. Yeah.
Do you go out during the week?
Yeah, sometimes I go out with my friends, but go occasionally swimming once a week.
Do you belong to any clubs?
No, I don't. I used to belong to clubs at school, but not anymore.
Do you think the Magnet Leisure Centre is any good?
I think the gym and the swimming pool is good for exercise, but I wouldn't say it's as fun as Windsor because of the slides.
Do you use the Maidenhead Library?
Occasionally, if I need to get out a school book, but.
Do you think there's a link between teenage crime and teenagers not being involved in activities?
I would say that there is a slight link, as if they're not involved in an activity, then they get bored, which leads to them hanging out on the streets, which could lead to them being persuaded to do something.
Many parents cannot afford subscription fees for sports clubs and gyms. What do you think can be done about this?
Maybe if they I don't know whether the government could support them with money, or if they just lower the prices.
Do you think teenagers and parents are informed well enough about various activities?
I think maybe teenagers are informed about clubs at school, but I don't think the parents are as informed, which could lead to parents not knowing.
How would you make Maidenhead a better place for teenagers?
Well, maybe I could start some clubs, maybe a dance club or something. That's fun.
Thank you. This is Alex for the BBC School News Report. What do you do in your free time?
I belong to a few clubs, but I also go out with my mates.
Do you go out during the week?
Yeah, I go down the local park a bit, and I also just go out on my bike.
Do you belong to any sports or other clubs?
I do archery, I do football, and I also do taekwondo.
Do you think the Magnet Leisure Centre is any good?
I think it was good, but I think the introduction of the new school gym, it has started to take away business because it's just, I don't think, new enough, and people want to see more new items in there, and they aren't getting what they want.
Do you use the Maidenhead Library?
I use the library quite a lot. I use it for studying, and I also use it for checking out books.
Do you think there is a link between teenage crime and teenagers not being involved in activities?
I'd have to say, I do think there is a definite link, but I'm not sure how much. I think it is a bit unfair that teenagers are blamed for crime, and they say, oh, it's always the teenagers, because that's an obvious stereotype, but I do think with teenagers not being involved in activities, they don't have spare time, and they're forced to turn into crime.
Many parents cannot afford subscription fees for clubs. What do you think can be done about this?
Well, I think if the parents are unemployed and living on benefits, then the government should help them to an extent, but shouldn't overdo it. But if they just simply can't afford it due to their monetary or the cost of their job, then I think they should definitely be helped.
Do you think teenagers and parents are informed about clubs enough?
I think they are quite informed about clubs, but I do think it would be more helpful if the language barrier between the teenager and parents sometimes does break down about certain clubs.
How will you make Maidenhead a better place for teenagers?
It would be, I think in Maidenhead, what they need to start focusing on is in the local town. I think they need to have more attractions for teenagers, because nowadays they're just used to get there, just wandering around and just wasting their time. I think it would be more helpful if they had leisure activities.
Thank you. This is Adam for the Clares Court BBC School Report.
What do you do in your free time?
I have to go shopping with my friends, and then sometimes I go to the park. We have a park near our house, so yeah, sometimes I do.
What do you do? Do you go out during the week?
On the weekends I go shopping quite a lot with my next door neighbours and things, and then sometimes I go round to friend houses during the week, but not often.
Do you belong to any sports or other clubs?
I do 2 bands at school at the moment. I do junior band and concert band playing my flute, but I don't do any sports clubs at the moment.
Do you think the Magnet Leisure Centre is any good?
I think it's okay actually. We went to do a school trip and a day there recently, and that was quite good. They've got a lot of activities on offer, but I think the swimming pool, the one in Windsor, is a bit better than the one in Maidenhead.
Do you use the Maidenhead Library?
I sometimes use it when I need school books and things, and then in the summer, if I'm just bored, I just get a couple of books out there, but I don't use it all the time.
Do you think there is a link between teenage crime and the lack of activities for teenagers?
I think so, yeah, because if people are just sitting around at home, then they'll probably think there's nothing to do, so then they'll think, oh, my friends are doing all these bad things, so then they'll want to join in. It's kind of peer pressure in a way.
Many parents can't afford the fees. What do you think could be done about this?
I know the government's on a bit of a tight stretch at the moment, but they might, because they're doing all the budget and everything, they might try and give the families a little bit extra money, maybe.
Do you think that teenagers and parents are well enough informed about activities?
I think so. There's a lot of posters up everywhere, but maybe they could hand out a few more flyers in school, or teachers could encourage pupils to do things more, maybe.
How would you make Maidenhead a better place for teenagers to live in?
I don't know really. There might be a few more policemen patrolling around. There's community support officers come around school sometimes, but I think if we had a few more of them on the streets and things, because near the local shops they hang around quite a lot there, and there doesn't seem to be much being done about it. So maybe if police shifted them off the street and maybe gave them a couple of flyers about activities, then maybe they could get involved in those instead.
This is Maddie for the BBC News Report. Thank you.
What do you do in your free time?
I usually stay at home because my mum would sometimes need help with my little brother, as he can be very annoying at times. But I do go out with my friends sometimes, go shopping.
Do you go out during the week?
Sometimes I go around my friend's house, but I usually stay at home.
Do you belong to any sports or other clubs? Do you think the Magnet Leisure Centre is any good?
I think it is, because we recently went there for a flexi day, a school trip, and they do have a wide variety of activities.
Do you use the Maidenhead Library?
No, I usually go to the Cox Green Library.
Do you think there's a link between teenage crime and teenagers not being involved in activities?
I think so, because if they're not being offered these activities to do, they would usually think, oh, there's nothing to do, so I'll go do this.
Many parents can't afford subscription fees for sports clubs, gyms, etc. What do you think can be done about this?
I think the fees could be lowered a bit, so then these people could be given the opportunity.
Do you think teenagers and parents are informed well enough about these activities on offer for teenagers?
I think they are informed well enough, but sometimes the communication between teenagers and parents isn't that good, so the parents wouldn't necessarily know.
How will you make Maidenhead a better place for teenagers to live in?
Well, I think there could be more clubs for teenagers to go to.
This is Anna for the Clares Court BBC News Report. What do you do in your free time?
I normally stay at home and hang out with my ex I have to go into town with my friends or to the park.
Do you belong to any sports clubs?
Yeah, I've got 2 bands at school that I go to because I'm playing guitar. So.
Do you think the Maidenhead Leisure Centre is good?
Yeah, I think it's really good. It offers a wide range of like sports to do. So.
Do you use the Maidenhead Library?
I often do, but I tend to use the Cox Green one because it's more local.
Do you think there is a link between teenage crime and teenagers not being involved in activities?
Yeah, I do, because if they don't do clubs, they've got nothing else to do, so they just go and do it.
Many parents can't afford subscription fees for sports clubs. What do you think we can do about this?
I think they should make the fees only, they should make it free to children under the age of, say, 18, so then the children can start paying.
Do you think teenagers and parents are informed well enough about activities?
Yeah, I do. They're sent around this bulletin sent around